I'm fine.
My name is John Kolade, and I'm a graduate intern at Perchstone Graeys.
Hi viewers, I'm Amarachi and I'm also a graduate intern at Perchstone Graeys.
Okay, so amongst the practice groups I worked with while I was here, the energy and natural resources practice group, I think stood out to me, because of my very frequent and engaging work with the team. Yeah, so that for me stood out.
I shared the same interest as John. I mean, it was difficult not to really love the energy and natural resources practice group. So it was an interesting time working.
Absolutely. Straight to the point, yeah, there's a lot to say, but I'll just pick one that stands out, and I'll say it's a heightened sense of commercial awareness, the ability to just, in the everyday, seemingly random or mundane events, to see that there's a commercial side to this. How does this apply to my clients, my prospective clients, and also how does this apply to the practice of law at the firm here in Perchstone Graeys? I think that is one thing I've really picked up. I'm able to events like the just completed World Cup. What are like the talking points from there? What are the IP issues?
Exactly. What are the legal perspectives?
All of those things. I mean, you just see an event and you're already thinking in a number of ways. Okay, how does this benefit my clients? What can I pick from here and all of that? Just something that's heightened right now, and I'm just grateful for. Yeah.
All right, so there are many things to love about Perchstone Graeys, but one thing that stood out for me was the genuine culture of openness and mentorship.
Exactly.
So there's this willingness to really pour into the interns. There was this openness. There was lots more we had to learn. There was deliberate mentorship. We even went with truckload of information on how to even navigate law school. I'd like to say it's a positive what I ordered versus what I got, because prior to joining Perchstone Graeys, I had the expectation of bridging the gap between theory and actual practice. I wanted to see how well my skills could be tested in real life legal parlance. And then to a very large extent, my internship at Perchstone Graeys met and even exceeded those expectations, because every day I was exposed to legal practice, deals, advisory, and a number of things. So it really overshot my expectations. So it was positive what I ordered versus what I got.
Absolutely. We hear about the rigor of practicing law at the top level, right? And yet demand. It's one thing to hear about it, and it's another thing to actually live it.
Yes,
so one thing I had to acclimatize myself with was that rigor, really. At first, I had to find a rhythm going for myself. Engaging with my daily tasks, and just doing the things I needed to do. It was, to be honest, I needed to find a footing at first. Yeah, it was quite, I use the word demanding, right? But as time went on, like I said, it helped my personal development. I had to find that rhythm and just hit the ground running and just continue delivering high level output.
There.
Yes, exactly. From there on, it was like smooth, but at that initial stage, I needed to find a balance first. Yeah. Oh yeah, there are a number of them, but one that again stands out would be our review of the 2026 net billing regulations. So we did that review under direct supervision of the managing partner, Dr. Tolulope Adereni, and it was really intense, and I think we should talk about it.
Okay, definitely. So the NERC net billing regulation is a game changer in Nigeria's both electricity and renewable energy space. So the crux of the net billing regulation is that it allows prosumers, prosumer is a word coined from producer and consumer, to now export excess electricity or excess energy generated through renewable energy sources,
Yes.
to then export back to the grid in exchange for what we call billing or billing credits. Yeah. So that's the crux of the net billing regulations.
Yes. In addition to that, the net billing regulations, I mean, at first sight, might look like a means to make money or profit and all of that, but it is absolutely not, right? Look, there's a cap, as a matter of fact, according to the regulations, of 50 kilowatts peak to 1.5 megawatts peak. There's that cap, yes, that can be exported, right? So, and it also contemplates commercial and industrial prosumers, right? And it's basically to encourage self-consumption, generation of energy and then self-consumption, and then gives like an incentive to
export
the excess to the grid and get that billing credit, like you said. And I mean, there's a lot that can discuss.
Yeah, so big factories can benefit from this, industries. Okay. However, in as much as the regulations seem like a saving power, sort of, there are a couple of gaps here that exist. One of it is the uncertainty and the certain failure to meet with certain timelines. So where a regulator or even a prosumer is unable to meet with certain time frame, the regulation does not really specify what happens.
Question is what happens
exactly. So that's a problem. And then under the regulations, a prosumer is expected to pay certain connection charges, but surprisingly, neither in the regulation itself or in the schedule to regulation, there are no figures. So, and that will make it subject to arbitrary price fixing by the distribution companies, by the discos. So it's really problematic.
Yeah. So I mean, these gaps are there, and they just create a problem of, okay, who fixes these prices? Yeah, there can be an arbitrary fixing of prices, and I mean, as much as the regulations have come to like do a lot, these are some of the gaps that
you need to look into.
That needs to be looked into. Yeah. All right. So,
what do these actually? Who are the people contemplated under this regulation? That's a really important question.
That's one very important thing too. So, like I said before, now the persons contemplated under the regulations are commercial and industrial prosumers, right? Then this also gives room for investors that also come into the scene here. It drives investor confidence, right? Investors can like come to the picture. Then there's also excess power exported to the grid now, so the electricity
the discos are benefiting
from that, and it also helps renewable energy decentralization in Nigeria. There's decentralization of power in Nigeria, right? We don't have to necessarily all rely on the national grid anymore, and then it's really beautiful. There's a whole lot more that can be said, but I mean, I think these are like just a few take homes from the regulations, and I think in addition to all we've said here about the enabling regulations, we have a paper coming up. We have co-authored a paper with the managing partner. We had privilege to do that alongside the managing partner on these net billing regulations, and you can check it out on the Perchstone Graeys website, and as well as the LinkedIn page of the firm. You'll get a whole lot more. There's an even more in-depth. There's a more in-depth conversation on all that we have said. These are just like
nice
bits and all of that of what we said. Yeah.
So as for what next for us, we intend transitioning to Nigerian law school next year. So I think that will be an exciting and also intense.
Yeah, that's another intense phase. But I mean, we've had a deeply fulfilling time here, and I know it has given us some of the grounding that we need to prosper there. And looking forward to all of it. Yeah. Thank you so much.